Hello, students. How is everyone? So, in the last lecture, we had started with matter from chemistry. That is lesson one. Today, we are going to do the second part of matter. That is, how does a state change from one form to the other form? Like, how does a solid changes to liquid? Liquid changes to gas. Gas changes back to liquid, and liquid changes back to solid. Now we know that when we heat a solid, on supplying heat, the solid gets converted into liquid. Now, here, please remember the word used is interconversion of matter. This means the phenomenon of change from one state of matter to another and then back to the original state is called interconversion of matter. Now, what are things which affect the interconversion or what are the changes in condition? The changes are change in temperature, increasing or decreasing the pressure, changing both temperature and pressure. We'll take some examples from our daily life to understand this concept better. Now let's take example of three states of matter with respect to water. Now we know that three states of water is ice, then water, and then water vapor. Now what we do is when we heat ice, the molecules inside the ice gains this heat energy and converts it into kinetic energy. Therefore, the molecules start moving away from each other. And as the molecule starts moving away from each other, intermolecular distance increases, intermolecular space increases, and intermolecular force of attraction decreases, and thus ice changes to water. And this process is called as either melting. And in your 8th standard, you are going to learn a new term. This is also called as fusion. Melting and fusion are one and the same thing. Now, when you are learning melting, you should remember what is melting point. The fixed temperature at which a solid starts getting converted into its liquid state at a fixed pressure or under fixed pressure. It is called as melting point or fusion point. Again, please remember melting point and fusion point are same. That means melting and fusion are the same thing. Now, when you heat the water, now the molecules are a little far apart from each other. When you are supplying more heat to water, what will happen? These molecules will again gain more heat energy and convert that heat energy into the kinetic energy of the molecules. And thus, the molecules will start again moving further apart from each other. Therefore, intermolecular space will increase, intermolecular distance also increases, and at the same time, intermolecular force of attraction decreases, due to which water will get converted to water vapor. And the term here uses vaporization. Now, why I'm using vaporization, not not evaporation. The reason is, if you look here, it is referred as vaporization, not evaporation. Why vaporization? Because here the liquid is getting converted to vapors. When we call it boiling, boiling is a term which is referred to conversion of liquid to gas at temperature below its boiling point. At boiling point exactly, liquid and gas are interconnected. That means at, like, for example, for water at exactly 100 degrees Celsius, we'll have 50% water and 50% water vapor. Similarly, at 0 degrees Celsius, you will have 50% ice and 50% water. Why is it so? Let's make it clear here itself. At exactly 0 degrees Celsius or exactly 0 degrees Celsius is the melting point of ice as well as freezing point of water. Please see the stress on my words. Melting point of ice because ice will melt, and freezing point of water because water freezes. Similarly, exactly 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point of water and condensation point of water vapor. Now, what is meant by condensation? When you decrease the heat, the kinetic energy of the molecule decreases, due to which the molecules start coming closer to each other and the gas gets converted back to a liquid. And this is known as condensation. And the temperature at which this condensation takes place is called as the condensation point. When you further cool the liquid, you are withdrawing heat energy. Cooling is nothing, but what you are doing, you are withdrawing heat energy. Liquid molecules will come closer, lose their kinetic energy, and intermolecular space will decrease, intermolecular distance decreases, intermolecular force of attraction increases, due to which molecules come closer to each other, and thus a liquid gets converted to the solid form. And this process is known as solidification or freezing. Please remember, there are two terms for conversion of liquid to solid. Either you can call it as solidification or freezing. The definition of a freezing point or solidification point would be the fixed temperature at which a liquid starts getting converted into solid under fixed pressure is called as freezing point. Now, if you have seen camphor at your home, ammonium chloride in the laboratory, naphthalene, the small white balls which your mother keeps in the clothes to prevent the microbes going in the cloths. Those substances directly change from the solid state to the gaseous state and back from the gaseous state to the solid state without coming to the liquid state or without going through a liquid state. Those substances are known as sublimate and the process known as sublimation. So here we have done the interconversion of matter. For your reference, what I've done is on the next slide, I have written the definition of all these processes along with their point. If you look, I've written the term. Beside the term, I've written the definition and I have shown the change of process also. Like first one, melting. The process of change of state from solid to liquid on absorbing heat at a particular temperature and at 1 atmosphere pressure is called as melting or fusion. We have used 1 atmosphere pressure because the pressure around us on earth is 1 atmosphere and that is fixed. In the last part I've showed, melting is the process of conversion of solid to liquid. The next term is vaporization. The process of conversion of a substance from the liquid state to the gaseous state at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation or vaporization. Evaporation is a surface phenomenon. Why surface phenomenon? If you have seen the boiling of water, you can clearly see that the vapors are coming from the surface, not from the inside of the liquid. And we know only one surface is in contact with the atmosphere. That surface will give out vapors. You can see the last bracket. Evaporation is liquid to gas. Liquefaction, the process of change from the gaseous state to the liquid state at a particular temperature is called liquefaction. Now, liquefaction can be done by two methods, either by decreasing the temperature or by increasing the pressure. The LPG gas cylinders at your home, if you visit a LPG gas go down, there they will inform you that the gas which is filled in the cylinder is in the liquid form. Because when they are filling the LPG gas in the cylinder, they apply huge pressure on the gas, and this gas in the cylinder is in the form of liquid. When you open the nozzle of your burner, the pressure is released, and again at the nozzle, the liquid will come and gets converted into the gaseous state. Solidification, the process of change of matter from the liquid state to the solid state at a particular temperature is called freezing or solidification. Again, I want to stress here, please remember, melting and fusion are the same term. Freezing or solidification are again the same term. Freezing is liquid to solid. Sublimation, a change of state of substance directly from solid to gas without changing into liquid state or vice versa is called sublimation. Sublimation is either solid to gas or gas to solid. Melting point, the constant temperature at which a solid becomes liquid upon absorbing heat under normal pressure is called melting point of that solid. Now, melting point is solid to liquid again. Boiling point, The constant temperature at which a liquid becomes gas upon absorbing heat energy under normal pressure is called boiling point of that liquid. Because when you are changing the state, please remember either you will apply the process of temperature or you will apply pressure. Both should not be applied at the same time at your standard. Liquefaction point, the constant temperature at which a gas becomes liquid under normal pressure is called the liquefaction point of the liquid. Now, at liquefaction point, gas gets converted to liquid. Freezing point, the constant temperature at which a liquid changes into a solid by giving out heat energy is called freezing. And freezing point is liquid to solid. If you have seen when you are changing from solid to liquid and liquid to gas, we are supplying heat energy. When the reverse process is taking place, that is from gas to liquid and liquid to solid, absorption of heat energy takes place. That means release of heat energy takes place from the substance. Now you can freeze this slide and you can copy down the table as it is and you can remember all the definition by heart. As a homework, you can write these definitions in your notebook with one example each. I'll be sending out the question answers also for you so that you can complete your chapter at home and prepare for the further studies. All right. Next thing, we are going to two difference between which are really important. One is melting and vaporization, and second one is liquefaction and solid. Now, this is based on the kinetic theory of matter, if you remember. In melting, on heating solids, the temperature rises, particles gain energy, intermolecular force of attraction decreases, intermolecular space between the molecular solid increases. At the melting, particles of solid become free from the fixed position and gets converted into liquid. This is what? This is the entire process of melting. In vaporization, on heating liquids, the temperature rises, particles again gain energy, intermolecular force of attraction decreases, intermolecular space between the molecules of liquid increases. At the boiling point, particles become completely free and convert into a gas or vapor. Here you can see there are only few words which are changed in melting and vaporization. When I'm talking about melting, I'm talking about solid to liquid. And when I'm talking about vaporization, I'm talking about liquid to gas. You can see all the points are similar. It's just the state conversion and the states which are changed in both the answers. Now, liquefaction. On cooling gases, the temperature falls, particles lose energy, intermolecular attraction increases, intermolecular space between the particles or molecules of gas decreases. At liquefaction point, particles slow down, come close, and gets converted into liquid. Similar is solidification. Again, on cooling, the temperature falls, particles lose energy, intermolecular force attraction increases, intermolecular space between the particles or molecules of gases decreases. At solidification, freezing point freezing point, particles slow down, come close, and gets converted into a solid. Now you have to just memorize two of the points like melting and liquefaction. And for vaporization, you can just change the states and write the answer. Similarly, if you can learn the process of liquefaction, and for solidification, you can just change the words wherever required. I hope that the things are very clear to you. So please remember, if you want, you can write it down. I'll be a little slower in dictating the terms. At 100 degrees Celsius, two states of water coexist. That is water and water vapor. Again, I'll repeat. At 100 degrees Celsius, two states of water coexist. That is water and water vapor. Why I say coexist? Because some of them will be water and some of the particles will be water vapor. In the second line, write down. Similarly, at exactly 0 degrees Celsius. Similarly, at exactly 0 degrees Celsius, two states of water coexist. Similarly, at 0 degrees Celsius, two states of water coexist. That is ice and water. So I hope that guys interconversion of matter is clear to you. You can freeze these slides. As an homework, what you have to do is first thing is copy down these terms with their definition in your notebook. If you want, you can skip the process of change at particular temperature. After writing all these definitions in your notebook, in your school notebook, chemistry fair notebook, you have to go ahead and draw this interconversion chart. That is from solid to liquid, fusion in the forward direction, liquid to gas, you will write vaporization on the forward arrow, gas to liquid, you will write down condensation in the reverse arrow, liquid to solid, solidification in the reverse arrow. Wherever you have written fusion, write down melting there. Wherever you written solidification, write down freezing there. And you will show a reverse arrow between solid and gas. On the both arrows, you will write down sublimation. So I hope guys that interconversion of matter is clear to you. In the next lecture, we'll be discussing some of the important questions from this chapter and then we'll move to the next chapter. I hope that guys the concept is very clear to you. In case of doubts, you can revert me back. And I request everyone to stay safe at home, help your parents, and keep in touch with regular studies. Thank you guys. Have a great day.